Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to the class. I'll be your host, Lawal. I'm Lawal Yusuf, and I'll be taking us through um, the topic for today, which is how to discover fast and hot-selling products and how do we import them from China. We have about 21 participants as of now, so we'll start off and hopefully the others will join us as we go along. So basically, what we are doing is not we are not telling too much story. What we want to do now is we are going straight to how do we discover outselling products, because what is important in a business is not just selling. What is important is selling what people want or selling for what people demand for. And there are limits to getting what are people searching for, what do people want. For example, if you want to walk into a market and you see people crowded in a place or in a particular shop, you want to be inquisitive and you want to check what's happening there. To adventure the product that is being sold at that shop, it's likely going to be a hot product. You understand? And this can be in several categories. There's hardly any niche, there's hardly any category that you don't have hot products. The only thing is how do we get them? Offline, we know how to get them. That's what I've told you one of the ways. But usually what we are teaching ourselves today is how do we get these products online? How do we know them? Because whether you like it or not, people are making millions of naira from getting hot products and importing them and selling. That is the basic truth about it. But the thing is, how do we get these products? How do we know them? And how do we know what is really selling? Because it's not about your passion, it's not about what you love only. It's about what people want. Like I said, what do people want and how do we get them into Nigeria and how do you market it to people for them to be able to buy from you. So going straight to the point, we'll be using a couple of websites here. Um, One of the major websites we'll be using today is the website of Jumia, Jumia.com. Arguably today, Jumia is the largest e-commerce site in Nigeria. And I don't know if we know, Jumia is present in about 11 African countries. So this gives them a robust set of items and products to sell. So they have several sellers on their platform, and people are really making a lot of money from Jumia. But then, how do we know what is really selling by using Jumia? We'll also be using another website, which is AliExpress.com. Yeah, many of us know AliExpress.com. But what we just do is when we just buy from it, when we buy one or two things, comes in 2 3 weeks. I'll get it. Little did we know that we can get ideas of products we can sell via AliExpress. Now, something sells, for example, in China. Well, fine, it's not Nigeria, but then there are some things that are general that would possibly do that magic bullet you are looking for, and that can make you rich as far as Nigeria is concerned. And that is by just going through some strategies that will take us to today on AliExpress. Also, we'll be looking at YouTube. There's always what we call a scene on TV. Using that platform to get one or two products that may be hot. And also, we'll be using Google Trends. Um, some of us know Google Trends already. What Google Trends does is it's showing us. Sorry, somebody said I can't hear you well. I don't know. Can anybody testify to this before I go on? Sorry, let me try to improve my audio output. Kindly give me some seconds. Let me try to see what I can do to improve the audio output. Hello. 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 Sorry, can we confirm it is better now? Okay, I think it's a bit better now. So let's go on, please. So, like I was saying, I said that have given us the sites that we'll be using. So, and I've said that it's not a matter of just selling. You need to sell what people really need and what people want to buy. And so, what we are going to be basically doing today is we want to know what's really selling out there. I think I stopped on Google Trends. I was saying that Google Trends is a site that is meant to for you to determine what people are interested in. Something people might be interested in something some few years back, even some few months back or some few weeks back, but they might stop having interest in it by this week or today. So it's Google Trends that will give you that image, give you that idea of okay, something was selling 3 months ago. Is this thing seasonal? Is it still selling? Things like that. Google Trends that will give you information on things like that. So basically, what we do is when we look at the hot products, we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hot products on some of these sites. We want to look at Google Trends and see if these products are still selling. Definitely, even without Google Trends, we can still judge from what we see on these sites. But then Google Trends will give us like an additional information on what these things, all these products are, and how well they can really sell and they can be pushed. Now let's start. Let's start with AliExpress. This is the AliExpress website is www.aliexpress.com, and AliExpress is a retail site of Alibaba.com. Some of us will know Alibaba.com already, so that's the retail site of Alibaba.com. And basically, what is being done on this site is basic B2C, business to customer. So anything you buy from AliExpress.com, you are buying as a customer and it's on a retail level. Now, no, so this is the site. It's AliExpress.com. Okay, let me open the site generically. AliExpress.com. So the site is currently loading. So this is the welcome page of the site. So when you come to AliExpress.com, there are so many categories on the left-hand side. So any of the categories you can choose. Let's look at bags and shoes, for example. When you come to bag and shoes, sorry, my internet is a bit okay, fine. I just opened bags and shoes now, for example. Here you are going to find several items that is being sold on this site. So fine. So what we just do when you have opened whichever categories, you just go to orders. When you go to orders, you can see from my screen orders. And then what this will just do by clicking on orders is that it will rearrange the page, to reorder the page, and it will show the item that sells the most or that sold the most in the past maybe week or in the past yesterday or whatever, or the total number of sales that has been recorded by that product. Now let's look at the first one here. This one sells for 377 naira. I think what's this? This is like a strap. Okay, let's look at this one. This slippers here. Let's just click on it. It has, when you look under that slippers or under any of them, you see that the first one has sold more than 10,000 plus items. The second one has sold more than 10,000 plus too. Likewise, the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one. When we scroll down, you'll see 10,000 plus sold, 5,000 plus sold, and it's a category that involves many things anyway. So they sell shoelaces, sells very cheap things. So now let's just look at one or two of them. Okay, let me go down and let me look at this very one. This one that sells for 9707, for example. So now, I mean, looking at this one, you find that it has sold about 5,000 plus, and it has about 481 reviews. So what you can do, I'm not saying this is the product you can sell, but then definitely for you to have sold more than 5,000 pieces, then it's a hot product. Then the other thing is, okay, if you import it into Nigeria, will it sell? That's the next question. We'll get to that. Now, the product has about 481 reviews. So what you do is, okay, fine, you found that this product is really has really sold high. Yes, and we talked about 481 reviews. So what you want to do is you want to look at the reviews. But the average review is 4.6, so definitely it's a good product. And it has been this product has been bought world over, not in Nigeria, it has been bought around the world. But then what the gimmick you want to take from this site is that, okay, the product can sell up to about 5,000 pieces. Then definitely it's one of the things you might want to look at. The other thing is, okay, now if you have a product like this, how do you determine whether it's sell in Nigeria? We'll come back to that. So let's quickly look at another product. Let's look at another category. Let's look at women's shoes, for example. Let's look at women's shoes. So let me just go to another category entirely. Let's look at jewelry and watches. So let's look at digital watches, for example. Now, it has shown we have several watches as in display here. So, like I did for the last one, just click on others, and it has rearranged the page for me, and it has shown me the watches that have sold the most. The first one here has sold more than 10,000 pieces. So let's look at this first one. Okay, fine. So this watch here has sold more than 10,000 pieces. So definitely it's a very good product. Now it has about 99. Let me just tell us something here. If a product has, I think what the way AliExpress site is designed, it's only designed to show 10,000 and more sales. It don't show whether it's 20,000 or 30,000 or 50,000, for example. But then when you see the number of reviews for any product, and this one has 9985 reviews, just at least multiply it by 10 for you to get the actual number of photos that have been sold. That's the general review. That's the general rule of reviews, because people don't give reviews. When anybody buys an item from you, it is 1 out of 10 that will give you a review. That's the general rule we use in e-commerce. So if a product has about 9985 reviews, then you can easily guess that this product has sold up to 9985 times 10 pieces of this item. And that's about 100,000 pieces of this item that has been sold. That's the general rule about reviews. So I'm not doubting that this is a good product. So, but then what we are doing here is that we are giving us how to search. Now let me just tell us this: the gimmick to finding good products is not just a 1 hour thing or a 1 minute thing. For you to be able to find a product that will sell, you can really make money from. Then you have to do all product research very well. Now, for example, if I were to be the one that want to sell this product, fine, I've gotten it on Alibaba, sorry, on AliExpress. The next now I'm going to do is I will do I'll do another search for this product in Nigeria. We have people selling this product already in Nigeria, and one of the places I can get that is Jumia. There's hardly any product now in Nigeria that you want to make a research on that you don't get on Jumia. Because if you don't find it on Jumia Nigeria, you find it on Jumia Kenya, you find it on Jumia Uganda, or you find it on Jumia Ghana. So several of these sites, they are all African sites, and we buy similar things. So we'll come to that anyway. So that's what I will do. I want to find it out. I want to find out if there are people selling this product already. If I find, I'm going to look at what are they selling, are they really selling. The next thing also is that I want to look at Google trends, and see are people really buying watches. And no doubt people are really buying watches. No doubt they have a good watch. It will really sell. And the last thing is, before you start selling, you want to test the market. You can just run a small ad on Facebook and get and see how things will work out for you, whether this product will sell or not. So this about AliExpress. So if you want to find any product, let's look at this second one. This is a strap only. I think no, it's not a strap. I think it's a kind of watch too. So that's also sold more than 10,000 pieces. This is the third one. There are so many, yeah. So you can also reorder the group by, we have these are all digital watches only. So so let's look at maybe let's look at another category of watches for men. Let's look at mechanical watches. Let's look at mechanical watches. So that's opened the page now. Still loading. So what I'll do next is that I want to look at the number of orders. I'll just try to rearrange this page according to the number of orders. So I'll click on orders. And boom, you have it now. The first one here, although the picture is not displayed, but the description and the details have been displayed. You have about 5,000 plus of this item. This first one has been sold. Second one, about 4,000 plus has been sold. The third one, about 1,000 plus has been sold. Okay, let's look at this one. This one is up. Okay, fine. Like I told us, when you look at this product, for example, it said 4,000 plus sold, and they have 960 reviews. Like I said, if you just multiply it by 10, so you have about almost 10,000 of these items that have been sold. That's 9,600, for example, that have been sold for these very products. So, so if you do your research very well, when you do your research on AliExpress, what you do is just follow these steps I've done. Just go from one category to just about 15 categories, the overall category. Just look at each category. You find items that will be very hot and that you can use, and you can import into Nigeria and sell on AliExpress via this method. Definitely you will find. Let's do AliExpress, and let's go to the in thing. And when I say the in thing, I meant by that what's so special in Nigeria. That's Jumia Nigeria. That's what we'll be using immediately. And that's the reason. I've told you the reason. The major e-commerce site in Nigeria is Jumia. I usually say we have Jumia and others, because if Jumia sells 10 items, others are just trying to sell 1-2 items. So there's no way we'll be doing our research without looking at Jumia Nigeria. So let me quickly go to Jumia. Jumia.com. So we'll be using about 3 sites. We're using jumia.com.ng. That's Nigerian Jumia site. We'll be using jumia.co.ke. That's Jumia Kenya. And we'll be using jumia.com.gh. That's Jumia Ghana. That's Jumia Ghana. So let's allow the site is still loading. Let's allow the site to load, and you can take it up from there. I hope I'm clear enough now. I don't know. Let me see if that's. Sorry. Okay, I have one site. I have jumia.com.ng that's already loaded here. Now, this is how the Jumia site looks like. So when you just about jumia.com.ng, that's the way the Nigerian site opens, and that's what we are seeing on our screen here. Now, how do we determine, like every e-commerce site, the Jumia site also has different categories. They have phones and tablets, appliances, computing, electronics, fashion. But then I'll just give us What I'll be using for the research on Jumia is there's something we call Jumia Keyword Tool. Jumia Keyword Tool. That's what I'll be using. And I have some keywords here that I want us to quickly research and work on. Now, the tool we'll be using is called robotdom.com or robotdom, ROBOTDORM, ROBOTDORM. By the time we are sending you the recorded version of the video, some of the things that I mentioned here that maybe is not clear enough, or maybe you didn't get the spelling or whatever, we can also put it in there. So try to drop your email as we go along. So robotdom.com. Robotdom.com works. The way it works is okay. Let me just show you the way it works. Okay, let's search some keywords here. Okay, for example, let's search for um, a random keyword. Let's look at maybe um, socks. Socks generally. Let's say socks. Some people will think, why am I saying socks? Does socks sell? We will know whether it sells or not when we do our research. Actually, we do the research now. We are going to judge ourselves whether socks sell or not. Like I usually tell, like I told us at the beginning of the class, it's not about what you like. It's not about your passion. You don't know what are people buying. That's what concerns me in business. What concerns a business person is what are you going to sell that will bring you money. It's not what you stock in your store and will not move on time. So it's an open. So on our display now we have socks. That's the keyword you are looking for. So I have already installed my own robotdom.com, and so it has been embedded in my Chrome browser as an extension. So all I need to do is I'll click on it. I don't know if you can. If you see my cursor, it's moving down to the upper right hand side of my browser, and there's a small R. There's a blue R. There's a kite shaped um, blue icon here. So I'll just click on it. So you can see the name Robot Dom extension. That's the name. So let me click on it. Once I click on this now, let's see what it's going to do for us. So it's loading. Now the page I opened before, there's no way we can know what sells most. But what this software does, or what this extension does, is that it will reorder the item for us on a separate page and show us some data about socks on Jumia, or the way socks is selling on Jumia. So it's still loading. Let's do it sometimes that the internet connection is a bit slow. Oh, I don't know why it's taking time. It shouldn't be this slow. Let me try to reload the page. Okay, let me try to reload the page. Let me see whether it's will reload or is it the internet that is the problem. So I've reloaded the page. Let me try the extension again and see how it goes. But it's not supposed to waste this much time. Okay, I think it has to do with the internet connection. Okay, let me go to, I'll try a different sort of connection and see whether it will solve the problem. Okay, I don't know why it's not loading, but then I'll come back to that. Let's go to the next one. And it will be a bit painful if it's not loading, but I think it's going to load. Let me give it some time because this is where I'll spend most of my time. Because one, there for two reasons. One is a Nigerian thing, it's African thing, so you can easily guess that okay, when anything sells in Ghana, then it should sell in Nigeria. When anything sells in Uganda or Kenya, it should sell in Nigeria, for example. And then two is that Jumia is very robust, a very robust site. So you have many millions of products there, and you have millions of products that are quite doing well. So but this tool will once it opens, you will get what I'm trying to say. So let's go to another one. The third way by which I want to introduce to us today is what we call as seen on TV on YouTube. As seen on TV on YouTube. Now, what as seen on TV means is that there are items we buy that you see as seen on TV on it. Now, the way you can use this as seen on TV is that there are so many items that are being displayed on YouTube, and there will be reviews on it on how these items perform in real life. Now, the way we can get some of ideas from this as seen on TV, that some of these things, most things that are posted on as seen on TV are things that are unique, that are not common. And what people come and do is that they come and review the product and see whether these things really work, whether they really work or not. So you can get one or two ideas from here. Let's see let's just look at this one, for example. Let's look at what they have here.
Tired of food storage containers that clutter up your fridge and cabinets?
Fed up with cling wrap and foil that doesn't keep your food fresh?
Well, now you go ahead and forget about it. George and Mary Beth here with another incredible invention.
Skinny Stack, the all-new tray storage system that keeps your food fresher longer. So you simply put your food in the tray and snap, it's closed.
Now, stale, dried up food is a thing of the past.
Okay, I think it's for food.
Freezer burn?
Forget about it.
Look, ordinary containers, foil, or cling wrap allows air to get inside and spoil your food with unique silicone cover on the Skinny Stack. Stretch over your food, pushing air out and locking in freshness with an airtight
seal. It's a very small item,
you can
but
really
you find
see
that
the difference.
it's quite
The
unique.
super stretchy
People
silicone
make things
lid
like this in
stretches
their
to fit
homes,
virtually
but
any
then they are
kind
not
of food,
available
like these avocados.
because
And
somebody
this
has not
thick
even
cut
made it.
watermelon.
Just look at the way
And how about this
that those things were
huge
packed.
grapefruit?
How about
There's no
this
doubt about the fact that
entire chicken?
almost
It
everybody
pushes
needs
air
this
out
in
to
the
keep
home.
freshness in.
They
So
need to
it's
look at
great
the way
for
the chicken
fruits,
was stored
vegetables,
easily
meats,
without
cheeses, leftovers,
any
just
stress.
about.
So instead of the way we do cook inside plates, cover the plates, it don't cover very well. But this item, I think, will do well in performing that function. So, like I said, let's look at another product. Let's look at another product and see how it goes. Let's look at this double scrub.
Is your bathroom a disaster? Tired of scrubbing and breaking your back to clean that mess?
Hi, Anthony Sullivan here, and this is the Turbo Scrub, the cordless rechargeable power scrubber that tackles even the toughest messes quick and easy. Look how it makes this old tile look like
I
new.
think this
Turbo Scrub, tough enough to
using
break
the
down caked on messes for a deep clean on any surface. Use it in the shower, for hard water stains, calcium, lime, rust and
go
buildup.
around in a round
Nothing
motion
better than the
the
Turbo Scrub.
and
For
it makes
tough
it
areas
work
like the
better.
bathroom
If I
sink,
go around
watch the
it,
brush
it's,
conform to
things like
fixtures and
that.
fittings.
So these
For
are
around the
items,
top,
and this
use
is
the
things like
Turbo
this, not
Scrub
what you
with the
see
extension
every
wand.
day in the market.
You never bang your
This
butt.
is in the market every day. It's something that is maybe being used by very few people, or that is if there's anybody using it in Nigeria already. I don't think I've ever seen this kind of product being advertised on YouTube or maybe on Facebook before. So there's a lot of products here that once you take your time and you browse their scene on TV, very many products are there. You can get product ideas that you can just import into Nigeria, or maybe run a Facebook advert for it, or maybe put it on Jumia, put it on Konga or that e-commerce website on Gigi, and see how it works. One thing you need to know as a seller or as a business person is that it's not just about making money or buying goods. No, when you make a product research, you bring in. It's possible that you'll be the one to bring in a particular product into your country. Yeah, I remember there was a time we imported a
particular product, we were the first person that bought it in Nigeria and really made a lot of money from it. That is, it's not about just selling what everybody sells. No, you can bring in a product, and that is the product that will change everything that you're selling. That will really give you the, call it the magic bullet. That will give you the money, not just every product will give you money. No, so things like this, like what some of these things we are looking at, like on this as seen on TV websites, will really give us ideas of what to sell that is not common. One of the issues we have with sellers these days is that we copy ourselves. So for you to win as an e-commerce expert or as an e-commerce or a business person, then you need to have ideas of products that are not common that you can easily bring into Nigeria and sell them at a very good rate. So let's see whether let's browse further and see whether we can get one more. Let's just look at one more product on we are seeing on TV sites on YouTube. Okay. Let's look at this one. This one is already casting anyway.
When you drive at night, do you have trouble seeing through
night
the
glasses.
blinding lights?
So this item a lot.
Introducing Night Sight, the glare-reducing glasses that help you see at night.
It's really sold. There are people that sold thousands of these items.
That's because our special polarized lenses enhance color and clarity, and our anti-reflective coating reduces the glare and sharpens your view, so you can clearly see everything in front of you.
I have to tell you, I was actually scared to drive at night from the flares from the other cars and the lights. It was just blinding. But now with night sight, I'm comfortable driving, rain or shine, all throughout the night.
It's like watching the road in crystal clear high definition, and just right for cutting the bright glare in your rearview mirror. It's always hard to see when it's raining or snowing, but with night sight, even the darkest objects appear nice and bright. No more glaring headlights to distract you. Highway signs are now easy to read, and lane markers all look brighter.
It was clear at night. I wasn't able to see anything. So that would be done for us by Google Trends. So let's go to Jumia again and let's see what's happening on the Robot Dump site. So let me just reload jumia.com. Let me start afresh. So we are starting afresh now. This is the jumia.com.ng site. That's the Nigerian site. And like I said before, I search for socks. So let me search for socks again. Anything can be searched for. Anything. Just think of anything. Just search for anything. What you think might sell may not sell, and what you think might not really sell may be the magic bullet for you. So let's look at hopefully let's pray it works now. Let me look at what Robot Dump asked for me now. Hello, I'm talking. Just you will still hear me. I've kept quiet for now. I'm trying to see why this side is not loading. So you still hear me. I stopped talking. That's why you didn't hear me. Let me try the Jumia Kenya website. This is the Jumia Kenya website here. Let me try to search for the same thing. Socks.
I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not working, but let me just assume it's because of the network. So let's go on with other things. But it will be painful if this side doesn't come up today because it will give us a whole lot of information, about the items to sell. Because it's a nice, that's the African thing. That's the African. That will add the African part to the whole thing that we are doing. Okay, let's let's visit Google Trends, and let's look at what Google Trends is and how do we use Google Trends to make our product research or validate our product research. Let me just come here and go to Google Trends, trends.google.com. So the address is trends.google.com. That's for Google Trends. However, you can just search for trends on Google search and it will display the trend site for you. Just click on it and it will bring you to this very site. Now, like I said, what Google Trends work for is for to check what are people really interested in at the moment. So usually before you can use trends, for example, you must have an idea of the product. Maybe you have made your research on Jumia, on AliExpress, even on other sites. On Shopify too, you can get ideas of products on Shopify too. So we just come here. Let's look at what we searched for the other time. Digital watches. That's we found that digital watches is really selling on AliExpress. So let's see. And also let me tell us that for Google Trends to work well, you must choose a region. So we are in Nigeria, so this is, you can see that I've chosen Nigeria by default. So Nigeria is showing there. So you can choose any other country if you're in any other country. But for us, we're in Nigeria, so we choose Nigeria. So so it will give us data of whatever we are searching. As far as Nigeria is concerned, are people searching for it? So let's put digital watches. Okay, you say explore. Let's explore. So this search is this data is just for August alone. Let's try to toggle the number of days. Let's say for the past 90 days, are people searching for digital watches? So this is the results. Let's say let's look at the past 12 months. Let's look at the past 12 months and see whether people are searching for digital watches or not. So this is what we have. What this one is, if you look at this result, this one here, we have the peak and the top level. What I mean by the peak level is this, and this place is displaying in percentages. So you can see that over time, between August last year and between August last year and this year and July this year, you can see that there are times of the year where there isn't anything. You can see that there are some flat areas of the curve, and by and large, notice that as far as Nigeria is concerned, though, except at this level when you have a lot of searches for digital watch around that. Let me check this dates. This is June, between June 4 and June 10. We have about there from June 4 to about June 10 to 17. We have a lot of searches for digital watch. But by and large, generally, when you look at it, digital watches is not really doing good. So what we can get from this is that when you buy digital watches into Nigeria, for example, it may not really sell that well because people are not really interested in it. But then what we can just do is, again, let's compare some things. Let's compare digital watches to mechanical watches. Let's compare. We can compare. Okay, now we are interested in watches. We have seen that watches does sell a lot. Now let's compare. What kind of watch can we sell? Do you want to sell digital watches or want to sell mechanical watches? So we can compare both and see which one makes some sense. Now it's loading, and it will soon display the results. Okay, let me see. Let's say in the past 30 days. Okay. Well, because from what we have here, more people have searched for. There isn't much data on mechanical watches, so it means many people are not really searching for mechanical watches online as such. So let's look at another thing. Maybe we can get a better, let's say, men's watches or male watches. Let's say male watches. Let's say for the past 12 months. Well, this is not really also giving us a good comparison. Okay, let me close this. So let me search other things. Let me search another thing. Let's compare. Let's come back to socks now. Let's compare men's socks. Men's socks. Let's search for that. Okay, let me change it. Let me say ankle socks. Okay. Ankle, let's say for the past 90 days. Past 90 days. Okay, so this is the data we have for the past 90 days for ankle socks. Now let's compare this to let's say the female socks. Okay. Not giving us enough data too. Now okay, I think I've worked on this before. Let's look at Clipper generally. You know, we don't know Clipper. Clipper sells a lot. Let's look at Clipper, whether people are really searching for Clipper or not. Okay, fine. I think we have a better graph this time. Over the past 90 days, you can see that the search for the word Clipper has never really gone down that much. So we can just judge that from what we have here. So let's compare. Okay, now let's say we are interested in Clippers. We want to sell Clipper. Now the word Clipper is a bit big. It's a bit ambiguous. Let's compare the word Clipper to. There's another thing that people sell these days. They call it rechargeable or electric Clipper. Let's say rechargeable Clipper. Let's compare both. Rechargeable Clipper. Now we want to sell Clipper, but we are not sure whether we should sell rechargeable Clipper or we should sell ordinary Clipper. The one that uses electricity only. So we are, yeah, okay, fine. This is a good comparison now. Okay, fine. So when you compare these two for the past 90 days, you will see that we have both graphs, one in blue, one in red. The one in blue is for the Clipper, while the one in red is for rechargeable Clipper. Fine, both of them have searches. People are interested in them. But you find out that the general Clipper has more searches compared to the rechargeable Clipper. What we can just gain or get from this is that you can decide to, okay, you want to sell Clipper, but since from what Google Trends data, what we get here is that fine, people are buying rechargeable Clippers, but they are not up to those that are interested in general Clipper. So You can decide to buy the two of them. You sell both general clipper and you buy rechargeable clippers too and sell. Or you can, if you are limited on your budget, you can just try to go for, if you're going to choose any of the two, definitely you want to choose the one that has the blue graph, and that is the clipper. So these are the ways, one of the ways by which you can use Google Trends. So we have been able to get the data that fine, clippers are really selling, but then we are also able to get information on the fact that selling general clipper will likely be more profitable and people will be more interested in it compared to just selling rechargeable clippers alone. Now let's look at this. When you look at the average, there's an average on the left hand side here. Look at the average here is 45 for clipper, while the average for rechargeable clipper is just 8%. So that gap is just too much. It's just too much. So if I were you, what I would just do is, if I want to sell clippers, for example, I'll just go to the general clipper. And people will argue this when you check online. Okay, let's just do that on Jumia. It's not loading. So let me just use the traditional Jumia search. Let me go with the let me just search for clipper, for example. Traditional Jumia search, clipper. And let me see if I can order it according to those that have reviews, so that I can use reviews to order it on Jumia. Okay. Let me go with those that are on Jumia Express. I think those ones will sell the most. Okay, let me scroll down. Now, you have, let me open some of them. You have, let me open this. Let me open this too. I don't know why that software didn't open. It would have given us what I'm doing manually. It would have assisted me in just giving me the facts I need without going through the stress. To give me the one that I sold most from all of this. Okay, let me look at this. So. Okay, let's go with that. So this is the first one. This clipper has 486 reviews. And if you use our general rule of reviews, you multiply 486 by 10. What we can get from this is that this item has sold about 4,860 pieces. About that's the general rule we use when it comes to reviews. So this clipper has sold about 4,860 pieces. Let's look at the second one. This can be open. Okay, let me open it here. Let's look at this one here. Now this one, I think this item is rechargeable clipper. Okay, fine. This one is rechargeable clipper. It sells for about 7,950 naira, and it has about 2,761 verified ratings. 2,761 verified ratings. If you multiply this by 10, that gives about 27,610. So that means this person selling this item has sold about 27,000 pieces of this very clipper. And this is and you agree with me that this is even a rechargeable clipper. What we get from Google Trends is that ordinary clippers sell, or people are more interested in ordinary clippers compared to, although what we get from Trends is just an idea. It's not really what will tell us whether we'll sell or not. But then you can use it to judge that if somebody can sell about 27,000 pieces of clipper, then of a rechargeable clipper, then most likely we'll have other sellers who are selling ordinary clipper that will have sold more than that. I wish I could be able to this. I wish this software would just work. And I think I got one when I was searching earlier that sold more than 5,000. Sorry, that's about more than 5,000 reviews, and that's telling us that it has sold more than 50,000 pieces of that item. So what we can get from this as a would-be seller or somebody who is trying to make a product research is that, okay, fine. You have somebody who has sold about 27,000 pieces of this item. As a seller, the next thing, or as somebody who is into business, what you want to do is, okay, fine. If somebody can sell this much, that means this item must be a hot item. Now, the next thing that will come to your head is, okay, how do I import this item? Or how do I get this item? And that's why we tag this training. How do we discover hot products? And how do we import them from China for us to sell? Now, before I go to the importing part, let's visit Jumia Kenya. Jumia Kenya, and let's see whether we can get some idea from there. Jumia.c.co.ke. Jumia.co.ke. Okay, fine. This is Jumia Kenya site. Let's search for. Okay, let me just come to fashion. Let me come to fashion. Shirts, jeans, underwear, watches. Okay, let's search for watches. This is Jumia Kenya. So let's look at watches. General watches. Let's say watches for men. Watches for men. So this we didn't limit this one to any particular type of watch, just general watches that men use. Yeah, so the results are popping up. Can you say from Kenya? So because Jumia has sellers that are even in China that are selling on Jumia, whether in Nigeria or Kenya. So that will make the result too robust. So what I want to do now is to get the ones that are locally available in China and see how they are doing in Kenya. Sorry. So the data I want to get from that is this: if you get an item that sells well, even in Kenya, we're not in Nigeria, fine, but then we are all Africans, so the likelihood that somebody who is in Kenya wants in Nigeria will want it is higher than comparing maybe Nigeria to China or comparing Nigeria to the US. So because we have things in common, so there are some things that will cut across our countries. Since we are all Africans, we are all in the African continent. So it is still loading. It's like the internet network I'm using is a bit slow now. Still not up. Let me search for another thing.